Hello everybody, and welcome to my very first speed programming video. And you might have seen my teaser video already, so we are going to do a Breakout clone, but not the one that I already have and which is available on my Github page, but we're doing a complete new one level only, but with all the essential parts: player, ball, brick. And so let's start. New project, create folder, speed programming, breakout. And now I set up all the project first, everything that we need. So we start with the 2D, not 2D game scene, and I need a scripts folder. We're not going to use any arts, so that is also what I want to show you, how you can draw with Godot. So now let's save this scene as game. So now it is also game. And now I need a character body. This will be my player, I guess. And save this scene as well. And we can directly add the player script. And rigid body. This will be the brick. Brick. So I also need, no, this is a new scene. The ball. With also a character body. And I also need a script on that. And let's save it, save scene. In scenes, a ball, okay. Ball, brick, player, game. Okay, and I also need a new script which I call globals. Create. Node is fine. Let's start with that first. So we need some signals, destroyed and level completed. And I chose random colors, so I will just color black, color red, color blue, just to have a few colors available, color white, and color yellow. Okay. Bricks is the amount of bricks I have in the level. Now I want to have a global function so that, for example, the bricks get a random color. Colors, shuffle, and return. Colors, front. So this is an easy form of getting a random color. Then I want to have a brick destroyed function. That gives me some, or that gets some points from the brick and emits the destroyed signal. And now check level, also void if bricks gleich nur equals 0, then we will emit level completed. So blue, of course. So now everything is saved. Yes. Globals is available, so now I can set up the project. So I want to have it in full screen, the game. And input map, yeah, we can do that as well. Left and keyboard keys. Left and right. This is our player control. Right. And just for the lols, I'm adding also A. A. Okay. No, one thing. Of course, we want to put our globals into the autoload. Okay. Now the ball. For all the drawings, I'm doing an add tool at the beginning, and of course it's a class name ball. So I don't need a gravity, but I need a draw function because, as I said, I'm not using any assets here. So it's a draw circle, of course, and this is a vector 2 with a radius of 30 and color red. Okay, that was already our circle, so we can use it. Function ready. And I like to have the values or a good syntax for my functions, as you can see. So what we are doing here, because we chose a character body 2D, we have a velocity which is a vector 2, and just for the beginning this will be changed. For example, in later levels we can change the velocity of the ball, but for now remove all of that. Delta is of course also so collision info, this is what I need. Move and collide, very important. Velocity times delta, and if collision info velocity, we want to bounce, of course, and this is our collision info normalized, get normal. So that was already the ball, very simple. Now the brick is as simple. We can start defining it as tool, give it a class name, brick, give it a default value for points, but as this is a class variable, it can also be changed in a script later. And to export variables for width and height. Yeah, that is I just realized. So again, we need a draw function. Void, of course, and this time we're drawing a rectangle. Two dimensions, of course. And this time we're using our get color. So because we want to choose a random color, we randomize it here. And brick. I need to do something. Area to D. We need an area and a collision shape. And a timer. So timer, timeout. And this is just a very short time for the timer, but I give it a little bit of cue, a fraction of a second. So in globals we have the number of bricks, so we reduce this by 1, of course, and call the check level. Because if it's the last brick of a level, we want to destroy it. We don't process anything every frame, but we need, of course, this is body entered, body entered, body entered. So we want to check if a ball hit our brick. And for that, let's go and add a ball group here to the ball. So we can say in the brick, if body is in group ball, and then we send our destroyed image with the number of points. And now we start the timer. And go to brick again and timer. Let's do some like that. So it will more or less immediately disappear once the ball hits the brick, and that was our second class already. Now go to the player. Constant speed is okay, we can use that. Is of course also a tool. Class and player. We don't want it to jump. It can only be moved from right to left. So export and also a height. Again, a draw function. And again, it's a rectangle. So we saw that in the brick already. A vector 2. Correct, another vector 2. And also a random color, so every time we start the game, also the player has a different color, just for fun. And this is it? Yeah, we have it here. Direction, remove all that. And ready is of course again a randomize. And I'm using the defaults. No, we don't want him to jump, but use the UI left and UI right. I think no. Just checking. UI left and UI right, okay. Then I leave it that way and Okay. Close. Just to have also the other options, and move and slide is okay. You saw the gamepad, and yeah. So move toward, velocity, speed looks good to me. The player. So brick, ball, globals, player. Now the ball also needs a collision shape, of course. And I forgot to create one. Okay. Let's see. So I have, for the game, I'm using the 9020 resolution, and I'm using these numbers to calculate the player's position, for instance. So just add some variables here. As we're only doing one level, max level and level is the same. So let's see, we need some more items here, so we will get later back to the script, and just for the lols, yeah, I already set up the screen, so we can start with drawing some stuff here. So first I need a color rect, which is my screen size. And so define a color here. I like blue, bluish. Oh, let's do that. Okay. And I want to have a canvas layer, of course, for our UI. Canvas layer. And just for the start, I add a panel with how is it called? V is it VBox container, yeah, that is what I need. VBox container containing our buttons. Start game and exit game. Oops. Boop, boop. What happened here? Like that. Okay, and one thing, I pause the game when I'm in the menu, so this is only when paused, and the game itself is running. Is true. So now signals, button pressed to start the game. Normally I would rename everything nicely, but for now I'm doing start and exit here to know it. And this is of course get tree, quit, and on button pressed we start the game. Get tree paused gleich false. And at the beginning we show we start the game in paused mode, show the menu, and then we do our panel visibility, put it on false. So okay, so now the next panels, one for the level, a label, level 1, and another attribute node panel. Oops. Top left and top right. And of course we put another label here. Of course you could do it nicer, but in my actual game, which can be found on Github, this is nicer, of course. So, and now in the script, when we start the game, we panel 2 visible true, and the same for panel 3. Okay, so what's next? We need some items here, so I put the ball directly into our scene, and I put the player directly in our scene. Oops. Yeah, we need to add the colliders. I shouldn't forget that. So just for completeness, switch level as a function that is void and match level, and in this game we only have one level, so I call it that way. But of course, if I had more levels, then I would call them like that. And then we can after the match we can say panel 2 label text equals so level name equals level name, and then we can go into the function level 1, level name level 1, and define it, global bricks, how many, let's say 20, var lines equals 5, so we get 4 bricks every row. And just generate some bricks. So brick, preload, scenes brick, instantiate, brick scale, so we can choose whatever we want, or we can create very small or very big. So in this case, this is the first level, so we want to have it easy. And this is X and Y. Oops. And add child brick and globals brick is variable where we count our total number of bricks, and then we move the X and at the end of this for loop we move them up again, plus let's do 80. So that was already the creation of our first level. Let's do some important stuff before I forget it. Just a node, and I call this node walls, and I will add static bodies to this and call them up. Start with top. And this gets also a collision shape. And this is a rectangle. So the next wall is the same collision shape. Let's call this left, and collision shape. Also rectangle, this time to the left. They can overlap, this is okay. But I want to have it directly at the end of the screen, and we can copy left and rename it to right. and move it here. Okay. So we have already the 3 walls right, top and left, and the bottom of course works a little bit different. So another static body, bottom, and here we do it a bit different because we want to know when the ball is almost outside, and put the collision shape to this area. And oops. Whoa. Rotation. Let's remove this node and make a new one. So did I change? Here's this one. That was a mistake that I made. So, and we want to detect it a little bit outside of the screen so that it looks like the ball is falling off. And then we make the collision detection on that button area. Body entered again. And this is our ball left to the bottom. Okay. Just a short interruption. I will look up what I'm still missing, but I think 50 minutes I already did a good job. So I will just look a few minutes what I forgot.